We start with daily chart. You want to see how we can look at the chart. As we can see, after we get this correction, because we have been within this correction for most of the chart, we have really good run because we could see the breakout of the previous top, which is somewhere around the 60. Now want to see what's the next, because right now for this pair, if we move to the weekly chart, we could see we have the all-time high. Okay, and whenever we see this kind of the sharp move, it followed by the either the DPA correction or the reversal. Now I want to see whether we can expect this one turn to DPA correction for continuation, similar to what we get here or not, and how deep it can go and what we can expect. All right. In this case, we move to daily chart. And in this case, we cannot refer to the indicators because the indicators doesn't show us any information. But what I can highlight here, if this one is going to be a, we are expect, I mean, going to give us a deeper correction, we can expect the price drop to 142. If there is a breakout, the next level we're looking for is 118. And if we get the next move up, either from this correction or the price drop to any of this level, the next level with the breakout of the previous top, we can look for 270. All right. But now we want to see how complex can be this correction and how long we will be within this correction. This is the only correction, or we can expect this one turn to a more complex correction. As we can see, almost is as I show based on the weekly chart, the price is almost at the top. All right. Now we want to see whether we should look for buy or not, because we cannot confirm with this correction yet. And we don't see any reversal point, any that's mean for the buy yet. Okay. And the only thing is we want to see how deep it can go, and if there is a the price reverse and break the previous top, which is somewhere around 215. If there is a breakout of 215, the next level we can expect is 270. And if we move to forward chart, the only thing is we want to see whether this is the only correction, or we can look for this one as an internal flat. Okay, that's mean if you wants to look for buy, if this one tend to internal flat for one more drop, if the price cannot break 142, any reversal from there, we can look for buy as a long term, because at that times we can confirm with this correction. But at this time, the only way is if this is the start of the up move, we cannot confirm this is the only correction. That's why if he wants to look for buy from here, any trade is a short-term trade. But based on forward chart, we don't see any trade setup. And technically, from what we can see here, we can expect the price to give us one more drop. Then from there, we want to see whether we can look for buy or not, and whether the price can break 142 or not. And if I move to 1 hour chart, similar explanation based on forward chart. The only thing is how to look for trade. If the price start to drop from here, and if the price retest 150, from there we look at this one as a flat, as a first correction and the third wave. Then from there we can refer to the indicators whether we have a divergence or not. And if there is a divergence and the price couldn't break the 142, any trade from there, it can give us very good. I mean, we can look for really good trade setup. But at this times, even the indicator doesn't show us anything, any information. Then how about if the price, I mean, if we get the correction here and flag, then how we can look for trade? Because right now, having, if we wants to look for the next trade, the only way is to put our entry above the here. Because right now we can put this one as a flag. That means we can, the only way is to put our entry above the top, and we with the breakout of 180 to move our stop loss to break even. Why with the 180 we have to move our stop loss to break even? Because still we can expect we'll get one move up and the price drop, because still we need to be quite aware about this flat, which is the running flat. Okay. Now whether we should buy right now or not, as I mentioned, if the only way is to look for buy, if anyone wants to buy, to put their entry above the top. And what we want with this kind of entry, we want the price sharply breaking continue, and with the breakout of 180, we move our stop loss to break even. But if the price tag and we see it's not moving, we are not going to keep the trade more than 2 hours. And we're looking for continuation as a sharp move, not the corrective move. If it tag our entry and it turns to a corrective move, we are going to take out the trade. We are not going to keep the trade. Okay. By the way, still we can expect this one turn to a running flat for one, either the price drop from here, or we get give us one move up, the price drop before we get the reversal. This is how we can look at the chart in terms of the analysis, because we want to confirm this one as a um, internal correction, and we cannot confirm I mean, we cannot confirm this is the only, whether this is the only correction or not. Because if we want to consider this one as a correction, as a three waves, Even if we refer to the indicators, we don't see the divergence. That's why we cannot call it ABC. All right. That's why still we can expect this one turn to before five wave before we get the next move. All right. Anyway, any trade from here for buy is a short term, and I'm explaining how we can look for buy. And if the price drop, just now I explained how deep it can go. And in the long term, if you want to look for buy with the breakout of the previous top, which is around 215 or 216, the next level we can look for is 270 for long term. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.